The main thing to remember when choosing an ideal customer. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I was thinking about what to talk about today, and as I was kind of sifting through some books that I have, I was reminded of a conversation I had a couple days ago with a friend and somebody who really needed help with some strategy, and it was both him and his wife. I had sat down with them on their family business, and we were looking at it, and the idea was to find out who their ideal client was, who their ideal customer was. And there's a whole bunch of different ways you can go about looking at this, but there's one main thing that you got to keep in mind. And I'll get into that in a second. First, I wanted to recommend, these are two great books that I just happened to, they were on different parts of my shelf, but they're both screaming my name as I was looking around for something to talk about. One of them is Customer Centricity by Peter Fader. This is a really quick little read and very well written. Very nice, quick ideas in here that kind of get to the point. It's one I've gone back to over and over again just because he words things so well. And he talks about customer centricity and how this plays into it. He says customer centricity is a strategy to fundamentally align a customer's products and services with the wants and needs of its most valuable customers. That strategy has an aim: more profits for the long term. Okay. In most cases, if you're dealing with business, that is a main thing that you're looking into, is more profits for the long term. Now, if you step back away from that, how do you achieve those? You achieve those by finding your most valuable customers. Okay. That is very key to finding the ideal customer, is finding the most valuable ones. That's a big part of it. But this also plays back into the entire direction of your company, which is why I a lot of times early on I started working a lot with marketing, and I'd come in as a marketing consultant. But most of these marketing conversations came back to a bigger question, which is, where's your company going? What's the point of it all? What are you trying to achieve? Because you could market anything, but the real question is, who are you marketing it to and why? And how is that going to affect you as the owner of the company or as the CEO or what have you? So here's another book. This is The Ultimate Marketing Plan by Dan Kennedy. Really good book. A little bit thicker. This one it's almost like a textbook. It's one I've gone back to over and over again, because the way he organizes his books aren't exactly like a textbook. It's not easy to find everything you need, but once I've gone through and I've highlighted the thing a few times, it becomes a lot more easier to find what I want. Here's something. Well, I'll tell you a joke that he has about targeting, because it really is what you're looking for is a target market, and your business, your products may have multiple target markets. It may not just be one, but if you're just looking for that initial one, especially if you're working with a new business and you're trying to find out, okay, who's the most ideal, who is the most valuable, who is the target. And I love the joke that he had in this book where he talks about how this wife has been bugging her husband to go hunting with him. And so he finally gives in, and he takes her out, and he puts her down at the bottom of the hill. He says, okay, if you see a deer, I want you to just point the rifle in the air and shoot. And don't do anything else. Just do that. I'll come running for you, and I'll show you what the next step is. Because he figured she wasn't going to be able to see any deer down there, right? So he just put her in a spot where she probably wouldn't see any deer, just so she'd be out of his hair, and he wouldn't have to worry about shooting her. So he goes to his spot, and pretty soon he starts hearing shooting. So he runs down there, gets down to the spot. She's arguing with this guy. And there's a dead horse laying on the ground, and the husband goes up, and the guy says, "Listen, lady, okay, it's your deer, all right. Just let me get my saddle off of it." And so what the main point is that it doesn't matter. You could have the best gun, the best situation, you could have all the knowledge and everything else, but if you're shooting at the wrong target, nothing else matters. what matters most initially is that you're after the right target. He had a good quote in here. Here it is. Every product, every service, every business either appeals or has the potential to appeal much more strongly to a certain definable group of people than it appeals to all people. Okay, so no matter what, and this is kind of a trick that people get into. They fall so much in love with their own product or service that they think that it appeals to everybody. There's always going to be someone that it appeals to a whole lot more than everybody else. And those are the people you want to focus on first. It doesn't mean it can't go widespread. You very, very well might have a product that can go widespread and be in everybody's home or be something to everybody. You might have an iPhone. You might have something of that sort. But you got to go after the most valuable targeted customer first. That will help boost everything for you to be able to move forward to reach everybody else. It's a huge, huge part about marketing, but it's also a huge part about where you want to take your business. So let's take it back. The main thing is you got to know, what do you want to achieve in the long run? Are you looking to move ahead and really grow this business? Are you looking to just have a handful of customers and keep as small as possible? Are you looking to just kind of get the word out there about your stuff and just see where it ends up? All these things matter. The way that you view your business really, really does matter in terms of who your ideal customer is. So for example, I was talking with my friend and his wife, and they had an issue to where they have products that they could sell, and they also had the ability to bring on people that can help move products themselves. So it's an issue of multiplication versus addition. And how big do you want it? If you want it big, multiplication will get you there faster. And so a little bit of a tweak here and there can make a huge difference, but it all comes from your perspective. What do I want from my business? What am I expecting? And if it's not you, whoever's in charge, it's got to be the decision maker that kind of determines where they're going. It's a little idea that makes a big difference in the long run. I found it's one of the main things that slows people down or gets them picking the wrong target market. It's just wrong in terms of what they're looking to achieve with their business. Nothing more than that. Hopefully that's helpful to you. If you'd like some more tips on strategies to be able to help you out with your business, go check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon-Proof Your Business. It's a quick read and it's free. You can get it at amazonproofbook.com. That's amazonproofbook.com. We'll be back here tomorrow. In the meantime, you get out there and let the magic happen.